Today, we're talking about Cloudways' new high availability hosting for LMS sites. First, I'm going to tell you a little bit about its features and benefits, and then we'll set up a simple LMS site and run fake traffic to it to see how it auto scales and how it responds in real time. If you're running a learning management system on WordPress or are thinking about doing so, you won't want to miss this video. Hi, I'm Bjorn from WPLearningLab. Now let's get started. First up, let's talk about the critical role of scalable hosting for LMS platforms. Performance and reliability are key when it comes to educational websites. Students expect quick load times, especially during peak periods like course enrollments and new module releases. Scalable hosting ensures that your site can handle these demand spikes without compromising on performance. Cloudways offers an innovative solution tailored specifically for WordPress LMS sites. It addresses unique challenges such as maintaining consistent performance no matter where your students are in the world and making sure all of your data and your students' data is secure and safe. One of the standout features of Cloudways Autonomous is autoscaling. What is autoscaling? Why is it important for LMS platforms? Autoscaling allows your site to automatically adjust resources based on traffic demands. This ensures seamless course delivery and a smooth user experience. This also means no more worrying about downtime or slow load times during high traffic periods, which makes your students happy and it will make you very happy. And that's a win-win. Traditional hosting solutions often fall short when it comes to meeting specific needs of LMS platforms. They lack the flexibility and advanced technology that Cloudways Autonomous offers. If you're lucky, your host might temporarily increase your server resources, preventing your site from crashing, but they won't be happy about it and they'll be emailing you to upgrade your account. With Cloudways and true autoscaling, your LMS site can grow with your user base, providing a superior experience for everyone. Cloudways Autonomous optimizes real-time interactions and media-rich learning experience to make it a great time for your students. Features like unlimited PHP workers and effective caching strategies along with Cloudflare Enterprise and Object Cache Pro significantly improve performance. Cloudways also created specialized support and customer service for LMS administrators and educators, ensuring rapid response times during peak academic periods. Not to mention, all Cloudways servers have advanced security measures to protect sensitive educational data with enterprise-level DDoS protection and web application firewalls. Now that you have an idea of the features and benefits of Cloudways Autonomous, let's set up a simple LMS site and run some traffic to it to see how it responds in real time. When you're inside Cloudways, if you go to the left menu over here, we have a Cloudways Autonomous, and that's the new hosting platform that auto-scales that we've been talking about in this video. Here's a quick list of features. Covered most of those in the video so far. Then we choose a plan. It starts at $35 a month for one application. The application we would use in this video is WordPress, but there's umpteen different applications you can use on Cloudways. We get 15 gigabytes of disk space, 30,000 visits a month, and 100 gigabytes of bandwidth. And the auto scaling will go up to the 30,000. And then if you go beyond that, then there's some overage charges. $1 for each 1,000 additional visits, $1 for each 10 gigabytes additional bandwidth, and $2 for each additional gigabyte of disk space. And that will go down again. So if you have a spike in traffic, it's going to auto scale you to the moon. It doesn't matter how high it goes. You will pay the overages, but your hosting will be just fine and carry on. And it's cheaper to go to the higher levels when you're constantly over. So if you have a 30,000 visit plan, but you're constantly at 50,000 visits and you figure you'll just pay the overage costs instead of upgrading, it's cheaper to upgrade. So when your site is consistently at a certain level, it's cheaper to go to the higher plans than it is to constantly be paying the overages. And the overages are there to protect you when there's a burst in activity. And these plans, they go high. They go all the way up to 1.5 million visits a month. That's a lot of visits. And even at that level, if you go over, you still have these overages that have you covered, which is pretty sweet. I'm going to go back down to the cheapest one for this video, 35. Click on Get Started. I'm going to confirm plan. I'm going to name my application WordPress LMS. I'm going to select a region. I'm going to choose London. I'm going to choose WooCommerce and click on Add Application. Now it's going to create the application for us, and then we can go in and create the website. I could have also just created straight up WordPress and added some kind of LMS that has its own checkout process, but a lot of LMSs integrate with WooCommerce as well for the payment processing and and product design on the front end and all that. So that's why I chose Woo. And I'll be right back when this is all set up. Our application's ready. And here it gives us the option to migrate applications as well if we want to. I'm going to choose I'll do it later, as in never. And here's our application right there. We see our disk usage, our visits, and our bandwidth are all at 0. We can create a staging site, we can clone the application, we can delete the application. And if we click into it, we can see lots and lots of settings regarding this install. Currently uses 140 megabytes just for having WordPress installed, having WooCommerce installed, and having the database configured. That's the disk space that we're using. And if we go to performance, and if we want to view our site, just click on this link right here. We can, of course, add our own custom domain. This is just a development domain. And if we click on here for login credentials, we have our username and our password. Let's try signing in. And we're in. We already have to update plugins. We just installed this thing. Let's just update those two so we're tickety-boo on our updates. Let's head over to themes and let's add a new one. We're going to add an LMS theme pre-built to be LMS. And we're going to do this one here because it's focused on Elementor, because a lot of you guys use Elementor. So we want to make sure this new Cloudways setup works with Elementor. Click on activate to install that theme. And I'm going to delete all the old ones because you don't need extra themes in your site, just the one you're running. You can always download them again, because I'm going to delete all these. And then this theme probably has a bunch of things to install as well, like Elementor, for example. So I'm going to click on begin installing plugins. It's going to install the recommended ones. Okay, all the plugins required for that theme have now been installed. Some of them are free versions. They're in fact all free versions. And there are upgrades to Pro. So you're going to see annoying calls to action throughout. Like Tutor LMS here has upgrade to Pro, pretty big and bold and pretty in your face. But that's what it is if you want to use free stuff these days. If we go out to the website, we've got a nice looking header image. It's a little bit blurry. I'm on a 5K screen, so that could be the problem. Might not be blurry on your screen if you go to this URL. I got a course in here. This is a real course, the WordPress Security Action Plan, made by yours truly. If you want to get access to it, there's a link in the description down below. I don't have the full course on this site. I just wanted to make a couple pages so we can test traffic and see how this Cloudways Autonomous auto scales. But this is a real course that you can have real access to if you want. And link in the description down below. So let's drive some fake traffic to this site and see how it auto scales and see how it responds live. To run the fake traffic, we're using an app called K6. And this allows you to, both cloud-based and locally, run virtual users to a website or whatever application to see how it responds. So I just did a test a moment ago with 10 virtual users. That was running for 30 seconds. And it's all green. Everything worked. Everything functioned as it should. And I'm using a local version of K6, so I'm running it through my terminal. And I can't zoom into this, can I? Oh, I can zoom in. So these are the results of the actual 30-second run. For one scenario, 10 virtual users. It was 1 minute max, but I went for 30 seconds. So 10 looping virtual users for 30 seconds. And here it shows all of the requests and responses from the website. And to run this test, we loaded this file. If we look at that file, this is it right here. We see that the website we're running the traffic to is this one right here, which is our funky domain name that we have from Cloudways right up here. So the bottom line is we're running our traffic, our fake traffic, and it worked just fine. I'm going to do it again right now. I'm going to change this actually to, let's see what we can do. Can we do 100 virtual users for 30 seconds? Save that. Let's run this again. I only have the free account for K6, so that's the reason I'm wondering whether 100 virtual users would work. And it seems to be working okay. Right here it shows the stats as we progress. And here it shows the test running as well at the same time. Approaching 30 seconds. And it's cooling down after the 30. So it's not just an abrupt stop. And here we have our results for that. And this one came in purple, finalizing test. If it's all green, that means everything went well. And the site withheld the barrage of traffic. And here it shows everything in green. So everything worked out. And if we go to Cloudways, if we go here actually, website's still here. Nothing's crashed. Everything still works. If we go to Cloudways, I wasn't able to see where we can see data right in Cloudways, unfortunately. If we go to the dashboard for Autonomous, we see the disk usage, visits, and bandwidth are still blank. They might be updated every day instead of in real time. I thought we'd get some real-time stats on here, but even this one is for May 29th, which is today, but it's not updated. And there's also the intelligence tab, which shows visitor logs. And here it shows command line access. So that's likely a test I was running just now. Potentially, I'm not sure. But it doesn't show any real-time stats. The only stats we can see is that we ran those numbers inside K6 and we're running it to this specific website. You can run it to specific pages as well if you wanted to. And it works. It stayed online and everything was fine. See if we can up this to 1,000. See what happens. See if our K6 account can handle it. And this might be against your host's terms of service, so I don't recommend you go out and run these tests. Yeah, I probably maxed out our number of people allowed with K6, with my K6 account, which is the free one. I think actually 100 is the max. Let's try 101. 100. And 100 works. So 100 is the max for my free account on K6. 100 virtual users concurrently. And so the tests that I've run, the website held up just fine. And as I was saying a moment ago, this is probably against the terms of service of your hosting account. So if you're going to do something like this, load testing like this, do it locally on your computer, do it on a VPN, a virtual private network, or your own server, or contact your host and ask them how you can make it work on your hosting account. This is cooling down. Let's let this just wrap up to see if it all checks out as green. So this 731, that's the number of visits that happened concurrently. So this 100 virtual users, they were looping and they kept coming back. And so this is 731 visits. And the one previous was 521 in total. So 171 visits in 30 seconds, and that worked just fine. So apparently it can withstand that server load. Let's try one more thing. Let's run this test. Confirm that it's running, which it is. Let's wait till there are 100. I guess there are 100 there right now. There's 100 users on here right now messing around. And if we click around, everything still works. And it doesn't go much slower or any amount slower than before. And this is with 100 concurrent users. That's not a huge load, obviously. A lot of sites have 100 concurrent users. This is all I can do with the free version of K6. But there's no lag in performance at all. So that's how we use. And even if I go into Cloudways Autonomous and Plan Overview, I was just checking around and it shows total visits of 2, no bandwidth yet. And it's just not updating in real time is what it is. I'm sure if I come back tomorrow, we're going to see all the visits that we just generated. And if you, in the meantime, want to check out Cloudways, head out to the link in the description down below. That's going to take you to this page. And then click on View Plans. I've got a discount code for you. Choose any one of these to get started. Even choose the free plan. And when you check out eventually, for the promo code, enter WPLab 25. That's going to give you a 25% discount on your first 3 months, I believe. And then it's going to go up to the regular price after that. But at least it's 25 off for 3 months, which is pretty awesome. And that's WPLab 25. I'll put this coupon code in the description as well, right above the link, so you know where to find it. And Cloudways is a great host, super fast, super affordable, and I encourage you to check it out. And if you want to discover more ways to make your websites on Cloudways super fast, then this video right up here is the one you want to check out next.